The sun was dying. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon enough that humanity could feel the weight of every second slipping away. Our history, every war, every dream, every sacrifice, had been written under its golden light. And now, that light was fading. This is the story of how humanity faced the end of its first home, and the choice we made when the last sunrise came. The sun had always been there, eternal, constant, the silent witness to the rise of civilizations, to our triumphs and failures alike. But nothing lasts forever. Astronomers had warned us for centuries. The sun was entering its final stage, burning hotter, growing unstable. In time, it would swell into a red giant, devouring everything we had ever known. At first, humanity treated it as distant science, something for the far future. But when the skies began to change, when summers grew unbearably hot and winters unbearably short, denial crumbled into fear. Humanity was left with a single question: what would we do with the time we had left? The answer divided us. Some argued we should flee, build fleets of ark ships, scatter among the stars, and carry the story of Earth into distant galaxies. Others believed we should stay, honor the sun that had given us life, and meet our end with dignity. The great debate lasted decades, but while leaders argued, the sun continued its slow, inevitable death. In the midst of this chaos, a project was born, the Luminara Archive. It was not a weapon. It was not an ark. It was a story. Engineers, philosophers, poets, and scientists worked together to engrave humanity's history, every language, every song, every discovery, into beams of light. Encoded into photons, these messages would be launched toward the stars, faster than any ship could travel. Our history, carried on rays of light, would outlast even the sun itself. "Let us write our story," said the project's founder, "so that even if we vanish, the universe will know we once existed." As the sun swelled larger in the sky, the first transmissions began. The archive beamed across space, a billion suns away, carrying our laughter, our pain, our music, our dreams. And yet, not everyone was satisfied. There were those who demanded escape. Fleets of ark ships were secretly built, hidden in shadowed shipyards. They launched in silence, carrying thousands into the void, searching for a new dawn. Others embraced the sun's end. Cults formed, worshipping the dying star as a god-demanding sacrifice. To them, fleeing was betrayal. The true destiny of humanity was to burn with its maker. Caught between hope and despair was a woman named Lyra Kale, chief archivist of the Luminara Project. She was not a soldier, not a leader, but she carried the weight of billions of lives in her work. Her task was simple and impossible. Decide what parts of humanity were worth remembering, what stories would survive, what truths would define us, when we were nothing more than fading echoes. She agonized over every choice. Should she record our wars or only our peace? Should she preserve our failures or only our triumphs? In the end, she chose everything. Because to hide our flaws would be to lie. "The universe must know us as we are," she said, "not as we pretend to be." The final days came faster than anyone expected. The sun swelled red and massive, filling the skies of Earth. Oceans boiled. Cities were swallowed by drought and flame. But on the last night, as humanity gathered beneath crimson skies, the archive pulsed brighter than ever. It streamed our story into the cosmos, writing our history in the very light of the star that was about to end us. Lyra stood with her team in the control chamber, tears streaking her face. Outside, the horizon glowed like fire. "Even if we burn," she whispered, "we will not be forgotten." And then, as the final signal left Earth, the sun began to consume the world. This is the end. Or maybe it isn't. Because centuries later, in a distant galaxy, another civilization caught the signal. beams of fading light, carrying the memory of a people who once lived under a dying sun. They listened, they remembered, and in that moment, humanity's voice joined the eternal choir of the cosmos. We were gone. But we had written our history in the light of a dying sun. Not every ending is silence. Sometimes an ending becomes a song, carried further than we can ever travel, brighter than we can ever imagine. The sun may die, but the story of humanity, that will burn forever. If you enjoyed this story, please remember to like and share. Your support helps us continue telling tales from across the galaxy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may your journey be filled with wonder.